Test, test. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Boot Hill. Cape Girardeau, we're here for our third and final match of the day as we're set to take on Club Gemini's 17U Ice Team as Reagan will send that one forward. And Cam gets the early kill and will take the 1-0 lead. This Club Gemini team lost their first match to that Smash team that we beat. They lost in 3. And then they won their second match against Festus Fire. They won it in 3. They came in the pool ranked number 2, and there's a kill for Jane. And, of course, we're ranked number 1, so this is that final match of the day where number 1 and 2 face off. Winner of the pool today will have afternoon wave here tomorrow. First match will be at 1. We'll have to be here at noon to work the game before us if we do take first place. Looking pretty likely that we will at this point. Greta will get this to Allie, who gets it to Jane. She's blocked at the net, but gets her own rebound. And that will go over the net and out of bounds, and that'll take us to a 2-1 score. Kennedy will step in front of that one. Allie tries to turn and dump it, but finds the net. And the deuces are wild here in Cape Girardeau. They do have a casino down here. Haven't been there to tell you whether it's worth visiting or not, but I know they have one. Kennedy will get this up to Allie, gets it out quick to Jane. Jane tools it off the block, gets us back into the lead up 1-3-2. That'll put Cam behind the line. Sends that one at the libero. Setter has to run a ways to get it. From the outside, off Valley and down, and we're tied at 3. Kennedy will send this one forward. Allie gets it out to Jane. Jane cross court, goes at their big middle. Reagan will pick up that overpass. Jane tips it over the block. Little scramble, girls coming together. Free ball trying to come over. Allie and Delaney come together and block it back over, and that's not going to make its way here. We'll take the 4-3 lead. Allie will search. She'll go seam left. Libero's overpass gets eaten alive by Jane as she goes up and over the net and hammers that one down. Allie tries the right side this time. Down ball coming across. Greta has it. Allie with the quick back set to Zoe Parks. She gets too much of that one. and sends it to the back wall. Reagan will run in for that one. There's a nice one as you get the shoot, the quick set over to Zoe Parks on the outside, and she hammered that one down with no block up in front of her. Chloe serve goes line drive over the net, hands on it at the front player, but that scrambles over to the bench, and that's an ace for Chloe. And a 7-4 lead for your Rockwood Thunder. Chloe goes at the libero. The overpass eaten alive by Zoe Parks. We'll take a whole bunch of that, girls, and that'll be a timeout for Club Gemini. We'll be back after this quick timeout. Back out of the timeout as Chloe set to serve with a 4-point lead. She'll go back at the libero in the middle. This one's going to get pushed over to the right side. That one just gets pushed over. Diving effort by Reagan, unable to get there. Chloe gets it to Liv, who finds Greta, and she'll serve up a Hertz donut for the team on the other side. Nice of her, but we're past breakfast time. It's 9-5 in favor of the Thunder. Reagan sends it down the left side. Free ball. Chloe up to Liv, back set to Zoe. She goes cross court. And that's going to sail out of bounds. Yep, ref's going to agree. Chloe will take this one up to Olivia. She'll get it to Zoe Parks, and she'll tool that off the high hands at the front of the net. This Club Gemini team does have a pretty tall middle there in 55. Watched her earlier. She had a few blocks, but pretty limited as far as her threats. Kennedy to the middle with this serve. Her setter runs it down. And there's that middle. Southpaw sends that one from the outside. Reagan leaves that one off the net. And Greta with one of those cuts that she's known for. Well, take us to the Slurpee score, 7-11. Drink it in, folks, as the Thunder is in control here early in set one. And there's that middle, sends one too far. Reagan ducks under it. Another Rockwood point. Greta shoots this one in the middle. Looks like a free ball coming our way. Reagan's there. Up to Allie with the slide to Cam, and that's pretty nasty as she hits it off a back row player. Probably left a bruise. 13-7 now in favor of Rockwood. Greta tries the left side, comes all the way over. Kennedy's got it. Allie turns and dumps it. Good job by Greta to read the middle, picking up that and sending it over. And Allie was ready to hammer it, did a good job of staying out of the net as it didn't make its way over. And that's another Rockwood point. Got them doubled up here in the middle of set one, 14-7. Middle will play that line drive serve. Pushed over. Kennedy's got it. Allie will find Jane. Jane hits it through the block, picked up in the back row, and then nice job of Allie to get a touch on it and then pick up the rebound, and Jane will send it across. Middle tries to dump it over. A big joust and a bounce, and ball's landing on the other side of the court, and a kill for Jane as she wins that joust. Taps it over with her left hand. Greta will find the net with that one, and score will be 15-8 as the girls looking to have another quick two-setter, and let's head for the barn. Greta will send that up to Allie. She'll find Jane. Jane tips up and over the block. The middle just dumps it over. Little confusion there, and Reagan will send it over free ball. Good block by Cam, sends it back. We play on Allie again with the slide to Cam, and that one's tooled off that middle. Cam just too powerful for her. I've been on the receiving end of some of Cam's hits, and when I wasn't looking, not pleasant. Got a little force behind that arm. And she'll send that one back middle and get the ace. From the outside, that's tooled off the block as Allie goes up and goes off her arm and out of bounds. Reagan will duck under that one, did a good job. She chose wisely as that one went on out of bounds. Tipped over, Delaney plays it back. Greta tries to run that down as it was pushed into the back right corner, got hands on it, but unable to keep it in play. Like to see that, though, or at least they're reading it, seeing that there, and getting to it, versus that ball just being pushed into that back corner and hitting the court. Line drive, Greta plays it up to Liv. She'll back set it to Jane. Goes back right, back left corner. Well, it's getting a little toasty over here, and that girl goes up and with the whiff gives me a nice breeze of air. Looks like she pulled a hamstring doing it. She's got a smile on her face, though. Hopefully she's not hurt. Appreciate the burst of wind, too, to cool it off over here. Chloe will send it left side. From the right side, Chloe's got it back middle. Liv's going to push it out to Greta. Greta will hit it through the block, picked up back row. Free ball. Chloe up to Liv. Quick set in the middle to Delaney. She'll tip it up and over the block. That one comes around the block. Good job by Liv, and Chloe runs it down. Zoe Parks will push it over a free ball. Liv gets hands up on that one, and Reagan plays the out of system to Zoe. And that down ball picked up by Greta. Back set to Zoe. She sends it cross court. We got us a nice little rally going. And that one's going to get pushed over and through the hands and down for a point for Club Gemini. Reagan will send that one up to Olivia. Finds Greta, we play on. Reagan to Liv. Liv turns and dumps it. This one dumped over. Liv has to play it. Reagan out of system over to Greta. Greta up and over the block. Zoe Parks plays the overpass, and Chloe unable to get one of those into this back right corner I was talking about. Another point for Club Gemini. Can't help but appreciate a club with that name, being a June birthday myself. Reagan goes down for that one, unable to get it up to her teammates. Gemini's stretching a few points together here. The score is 19-13. Another line drive. Chloe grabs that one to Olivia, and Zoe Parks hits it through and over the block. That one tipped up and over the double wall as it goes up. The girls need a side out here, giving away a few too many points. We'll take a free one. That'll put us into the back third, up 20-14, holding on to a 6-point cushion here. Reagan sends it into the Hertz donut. And that came back in a hurry, and Reagan played it up. Zoe did a good job of keeping that inside the antenna. Liv has to play it, so Reagan with the out of system to Greta. She'll tool that one off the front block, and we're rolling 21-14. Reagan will try the left side. That's blocked defensively. Liv gets hands on it. Chloe helps her out, and Greta will turn and hit that one. Look good. Down ball coming. Reagan runs through it. Greta sends it back row. Tipped over and one. Reagan's easily there. And Liv will turn and dump it and get herself a kill. Timeout for Club Gemini. We'll be back to bring you the thrilling conclusion to this first set after this timeout. And we are ready for the whistle from the up ref, and Reagan serving it up again. She'll go right back to the well on that left side. There's one up and over the block into the donut hole, and had Chloe and Reagan taking a dive at it, neither one able to get there. This one back at Chloe. Liv will push it over to Greta. And Greta does a good job of just tipping it up and through the block. Finds its way over to the fan base. Kennedy serve, back middle. It's going to push it over the right side, or outside, sorry. Reagan will run through that one. And that's a nice kill for Greta. She gets up over the top of it and hit that one almost straight down on the left side. We're at set point here in set one as Kennedy will try to serve it out. And there's an ace as she finds the Hertz donut. And that'll do it for set one. 25-15, beat them by a dime. And we'll be back to bring you set two after both clubs reset their lineups. Okay, we're ready to get the conclusion of this match as we're rolling into set two. Kennedy to lead us off. If you're just joining us, we took the first one by 2 shy of a dozen. And Kennedy will find the net with that one. We'll go down 1-0. Jane will send this one up in the air. Allie runs under it. Greta will dump it in the middle. Their middle will just turn and tap it over. And that time Greta put the full swing on it and put the full might behind it, and it showed. Kill for Greta. Point for Rockwood. Tie ball game. 1-1. She'll roll that one off the top of the net, and that is picked up by Club Gemini. That one will squeak over the net, caught Kennedy a little by surprise. 2-1 in favor of Club Gemini. I think this club was founded by a guy named something and his buddy Jim. That one will roll off the top of the net and down on our side, and Gemini will take a 3-1 lead. Another low one. Kennedy gets that one though, and there's a hammer down by Jane. Great dig by Kennedy to get it started. Cam will send this one left side. That one took a nosedive and did a number on back left in the Gemini side, and that one sprayed off to the bench. We're tied at 3. She'll go right back to the well. That's going to go all the way back to the wall off of that big middle of theirs. And she'll have herself 2 aces in a row. And I know you're listening, Chrissy. I ain't going to say it. She'll send that one back row. That's going to get tipped over. Jane's got it. Good defensive move as that overpass was picked up by the middle, and that time she was able to clean it up. And we're tied at 4. And Chrissy, I know you just looked at Zeke and said, see, he cursed them again. Had a good time with Zeke, the team mascot, outside. Girls got a few pictures with him. Look for those on social media. Greta will send this one up. Reagan will help her out and get it over to Jane. We'll send it over and regroup. That one went sailing past the Mayflower and ended up landing at Plymouth Rock, and there's another Rockwood point, 5-4. Allie will send that one gap right. Greta gets that to Allie, and Zoe Davis hits it through the block, somehow picked up by Gemini. And Reagan with the tomahawk keeps it alive, and that's going to go just out of bounds and tie us up at 5. The old southbound double nickel on your way down here to Cape Girardeau on the Boot Hill. Drive another 25 minutes or so and go get you some throwed rolls at Lambert's. Reagan up to Olivia. Jane will tip it over and played up by Gemini. Liv will have to play this one. Reagan with the out of system to Jane, and that'll get tooled off the block. And a Rockwood point. Chloe with with the ace. Ace on Pele there as the first player didn't get much of a platform on it, but enough that her teammate could get a foot on it, which is legal. And Chloe will go seam left this time. It's going to get played up. Through the hands, off of Chloe, and back here to the wall. And we're at the 7-6 score, and as always, we're here on our 250th anniversary of our great country, and we thank all of our first responders, our troops, and everyone that keeps us safe. We love you all, and God keep you safe. Chloe up to Liv. Liv to Greta. Greta will find a whole bunch of open floor over on the left side, and had an easy time of placing that one. Reagan will go with that left side. Comes all the way over. Liv plays it. The overpass. Cleaned up. Picked up by... I'm not sure what happened. I just saw Liv and I think Cam maybe come together and our point. And luckily they're both okay as that'll spray off back left off of Reagan's serve. And free ball. Reagan up to Liv. Her and Cam come together on that one and played up by Gemini, and there's that opening on the back right corner, and they found it. Nobody looks worse for the wear. And my touchpad is not agreeing with me today. We're at 9-7. Reagan will send this one to Liv. Back sets it to Zoe and just had to tap it over. There's a throw. Liv plays it. Reagan gets the out of system. Greta will dump it over. Liv does a good job of getting hands on that one, and Chloe gets it up to Greta. We play on. What a great job right there by Greta to keep that alive, and Reagan will help her. Tipped over. Zoe does a good job of getting her own rebound. We get it to Greta, and she hits it cross court. What a great job by Chloe to close the gap on that back right corner as they're going after it. Reagan with the out of system to Zoe. And we got us a heck of a rally right now as Liv tries to dump that one over. Here's a free ball. Do something with it, girls. Reagan up to Liv. And that was, not sure who that was going to. It's both Cam and Zoe were going for it. Came down on our side and should be tied at 9, I believe. Nope, it's 9-8. Liv to Greta, and there's that spot. Oops, on their side. It's a tough spot of the floor to cover. There's two spots that seem to be notorious for being open, and that's this back corner here closest to us, and then the donut hole in the center. Kennedy goes for that donut hole. It's a free ball. Kennedy to Allie. There's the slide to Cam. And that's too much to handle as she hits it through the block and came down on the other side of the net. There's an ace for Kennedy. That one will spray off. Down ball coming. Kennedy will play that up to Allie, and Greta cuts that one to the right side. Gets the kill. Timeout for Club Gemini. We're at 13-8, and we'll be back with you after the timeout. Both teams break the huddle. Kennedy will go right side. Tough to get it over that tall middle of theirs if she gets some high hands on it. Reagan up to Allie. She'll one-hand it. Reagan to Allie again. Greta picked up back row, and Cam does a good job of winning that joust against that middle. Kennedy to Allie with the slide to Cam, and that's down as she tools it off the block. This Gemini team has not found the answer for that slide. Yes. Cam's been able to sneak around Allie undetected and be very lethal with that move. Tapped over. Chloe's got it. Allie pushes it out to Greta. Greta cuts it, and there's about 6 hits by Gemini and not enough to get it over the net. They needed 7. Kennedy, hit the top of the tape, came back our way. Nice little run by her. Will give us a good 6-point cushion here as we're rolling into the middle of this second set. If you're just joining us, we won both of our first matches easily in 2, and we've won the first set here in this match. Looking to close it out and go perfect for the day as that one will go off Reagan. She'll get a little help from Chloe, and we'll free ball it over. Over to the right side, off the high hands. Good job by Kennedy to get in there and play that. And Greta cuts it down on the line, and the up ref is going to disagree with his line judge. And he said that was out. The line judge did call it in. This one will come at Kennedy. Allie turns and dumps it, but hard to get him over that big, tall left middle of theirs. She's about 7'2", with about a 6-foot wingspan. Probably an 8-foot wingspan, now that I think about it. Reagan runs down that one. Greta with one heck of a cut as that one went rolling down the net. From the outside, tipped over the block. Kennedy got a hand on it, but couldn't get it to Allie. We'll line up and do it again with a 4-point lead. She'll duck under that one as it will sail like a Village People song. There's a good serve by Cam left side. That one won't make it over the net. And we'll stretch the Rockwood lead to 6. Cam will take a little off of that one. It's touched at the front of the net. Free balled over. Zoe Davis gets it to Allie. She'll dump it. Pushed over. Cam's got it. Allie feeds it out to Jane, and Jane hammers that one into the back row. Too hot to handle. Cam sends that one down the left side. Somehow comes back over. Greta to Allie. Allie feeds it to Jane. Jane will send that just a little too strong. Take us to 19-13. Reagan up to Allie. Quick feed to Zoe Davis. And Zoe had hands in her face. That one came back quick. That one will spray off Reagan. Reagan will get that one to Allie. She'll find Jane, and that'll pinball off of several players and come back over. Reagan gets it to Jane, and will find Zoe, tipped over. Jane plays that one up. Greta will give it back to her. Jane sends it over. Reagan to Allie, Allie to Jane. Jane left-handed it over. From the outside, off the hands, and down. And the lead's cut to 2. It's 19-16. I'm sorry, that is 19-16. Lead's cut to 3. Reagan to Allie. Jane had a good swing on that one, but ended up into the net. And now it is cut to 2, 19-17. out to Allie. Pushed out to Jane. Jane will tool that one off the hands of the net and take us to 20. All right, rolling into the back third, up 3. With Allie set to serve. There's an ace for Allie as that goes screaming off the back right. Like the Screaming Eagle at Six Flags. She'll go right back to her. This time it's played up to the setter. Free ball. Reagan up to Allie. Allie back sets it to Zoe Parks. Bunch of hands, pinballed around, comes over. Greta to Allie, and Jane had no problem with that one. No net in the way. Put that one down in the middle. It's a nice one by Allie. That sprays all the way over to the side, and I believe that's the same girl that gave us the whiff of air earlier. Takes a swing and almost a miss on that one. 23-17 and a timeout for Club Gemini. We'll be back. All right, we're out of the timeout. Allie with a big serve laid out by the libero. And that one will come through Reagan and Greta and go down by way of Gemini. And side out over to Club Gemini, 23-18. As a free one, as that one finds the net, and we're at set and match point for Chloe to come in. She'll go seam left. Libero hits it straight up. Setter gets it over to her right side. That makes its way to the parents, and that'll do it. The girls are perfect today. 3 matches. 6 sets, 6-0, 3-0 in matches. We'll be back. First match tomorrow will be at 1. They'll be working at noon. So until then, thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.